Hi there, welcome to my channel. It's been a little while since I've done a little random tech unboxing on here because I've been so focused on the PS5. So my apologies to my viewers and subscribers who are mostly here for my random Amazon purchases. With that though, I do indeed have another random Amazon item, and it's for something that I really needed at home. So here's a box of light bulbs. Specifically E12 sized light bulbs. You know, the kind that go in most desk lamps, ceiling fans, and candelabra style fixtures. And I felt really sophisticated saying that word right now. But pretty much dining room lighting fixtures, and if you're fancy enough, like a chandelier, pretty much a bulb with a skinnier end. So I had no idea that they made E12 size color changing LED bulbs. So as soon as my ceiling fan light burnt out like 2 or 3 days ago, I went on a search and found these. This isn't a promotion for the specific seller or anything. I bought these out of necessity, and all I searched for on Amazon was E12 LED color changing bulbs. So I'll leave it at that for all of you to go on your searches if you're in need of something like this. With that, the front of the instructions said that there's a 2-year warranty for these, so that's good to know. And this comes in a pack of 4 with 2 IR remotes that I'm showing off right now with a bunch of little features. So essentially the second remote is a spare, so if you're planning on putting these in separate rooms, you can toggle with all the features with either remote. So the remotes are feature packed. There's specific buttons for all of the colors, and that's a total of 12. Along with the colors, they do have a cycle feature where one is more of a strobe while other is a smooth transition. There's also an energy saving mode as well as dimming buttons and timers that go up to 24 hours. Also, I forgot to mention that these LED bulbs are equivalent to 40-watt incandescent bulbs, but being LED, their max output is 5 watts, so figure it out. But simply put, LEDs just save more energy. So there's the bottom of the bulb that I mentioned, and you can see that E12s are just skinnier than traditional bulbs. And if you're in search of a traditional size light bulb, those are actually way easier to find on Amazon or wherever else you shop. So with that, let's move on, and I'll angle my camera up to face my ceiling fan and we'll get this plugged in. I forgot to mention this during the unboxing, but each light bulb has a brightness of 450 lumens, and ideally if you use your lights for about 3 hours a day, they should have a 22-year lifespan with a yearly energy cost of 79 cents. So the on button works flawlessly, might be one of the better IR remotes that I've ever owned, even better than my studio lights. So that button that I just pressed right now is energy saving mode, and the next button pressed is for the dimming features, and since we're going from energy saver, I'm using the brightness button up first, and since we're all the way up, this is dimming, so brightness down. Up again, and we'll leave it at up. We'll move on to the colors, and I just want to mention that this video is sped up a bit so we can get through everything a little quicker, and I will be turning off my studio lights so we can see what everything looks like in a darker room. So I'm just going through all of the colors, and I did that off camera because of the fact that my camera can only focus on one item at a time, so either the remote or the ceiling fan. But here are the variations of red. And then we're going to go through the variations of green. And my camera is having a hard time picking up yellow and orange, but to the naked eye, it looks very vibrant and bright. We just went through the variations of blue back to cold white. So the focus is off of the remote and onto the ceiling fan. So here's what it looks like with a kind of a bit clearer camera. Okay, from this point, I'm going to turn off all of my studio lights and try to get a better showing of what this actually looks like in darkness. Please keep in mind I'm doing this in the daytime, but I do have blackout curtains on my windows. This portion is sped up by 2 times, and in the following segment I'll reduce it to 1.5 times when we see the strobe feature of these lights. So on the remote, I'm going to press the button with the letter C on it, and that is what they call flash mode, and it's more of an abrupt transition, so it just goes from color to color. And then the next button with S, that's more of a smooth transition, so you're going to see it flow from color to color rather than being so abrupt. So we cycled back to cold white, and let's move on because I mentioned that this actually fits my desk lamp as well too. So this whole portion is sped up by 2 times as well, and here's what it looks like with a normal desk lamp. And the cool thing is the remote will work for both lights at the same time. And this is actually a pretty good IR remote that I mentioned earlier as well too. It's kind of surprising because my IR remotes for pretty much everything else in my room really suck really badly. So this one actually has a pretty good range and good line of sight, because with IR remotes you really do have to be aiming at the exact item that you want to turn on. But I was actually turning on the ceiling fan, and that's the opposite direction. So I was pointing at my desk lamp, but the ceiling fan was working as well too, so that's surprising. So as I try to get both lights into frame, I apologize for the messiness first off, but you can see that the desk lamp was the opposite direction of the ceiling fan, and the remote was actually able to work on both of the items without having to point at it directly, so that's pretty impressive. And now I think I was able to get both in sync. I found a good sweet spot to turn both on at the same time, and so far I'm impressed with the remote, the bulbs, and all of its features. For about $15, a pack of 4 LED bulbs and 2 remotes isn't too bad at all. It's about the same price that I was about to pay for regular LED bulbs of this size, but the only question I have now is, will these last? And only time will tell. So if anything happens, I'll definitely make an update video, but so far everything is pretty good and I'm enjoying them greatly. Thanks for stopping by and watching this video, and if you like this one, feel free to check out these others, and if you really liked hanging out with me today, please consider subscribing. And with that, I'll see you all soon. Please stay safe out there. Bye.